Running. All right, live. What's up, YouTube? Okay, let's go check out Patreon. Mm, Patreon and on and on and on. Hi, guys. All right, cool. All right, looks like we got everybody up and running here, and we are just about straight up noon. So, Keith motherfucking Walker here in the house. And, following and all that good shit. There's typically a morning posting as well. I don't really call it a show, and it started with just doing like TikTok shit, and it's kind of developed into a daily gig. I don't know. And so what I am doing there is, a daily reading out of We Do What We Want, right? And so that is coinciding with the daily Real Talk. But that one's not as on time, scheduled, any of that. But I like what it's doing, so we're going to keep doing it. That being said, if you missed today's reading, shame on you. Go check it out. It's there. But I want to hit some of those pieces out of it just because it just kind of struck me today, and I didn't have really a topic or an interview or any of that set up. So, but before I get into that, let me do a couple things. First of all, zerofuckscoin.com. Go get you some, right? Check this out. This was the latest and greatest. The fuck around and find out coin. Yeah, mind your business or your tooth might be flying away. Yikes. Anyway, lots of cool stuff on that site. That's that. Tomorrow, special interview with Dorothy Johnson. So you're going to want to come hang out with her. She is a very electric and vibrant individual, and I'm looking forward to hanging out and having a great interview with Dorothy. And so today, I use a topic inventory, and that has a lot of different definitions. People might have some expectations, and so it's probably not going to be what you're thinking. It covers a lot of ground. But so I use the word inventory because as I was reading in the book, I'm talking about judgment, judging how people operate, how they live their lives, how they behave, and the results and all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to make clear that that is not what I'm about or what I do or any of that. Like, if I do, it's a defect and it's something that I work on and try to pull back from. I like to use the phrase inventory, which means I am paying attention. But it's not up to me to decide whether it's right or wrong or you're good or bad or what I like. That's between you and the mirror and the universe. Like, you get to figure out your shit while I'm figuring out mine, right? And I'm fucking up my stuff enough that I try to stay out of judging yours. And really I don't respond much to people and their issues unless they ask. That makes sense. I mean, I got a lot of thoughts a lot of the time, or ideas or impressions, but if you're not asking, I'm not telling. Does that make sense? Because it's none ya. Like, it's just not. I mean, unless you're like literally walking out in traffic blindfolded, I'll probably say something then, because that can be really bad. Um, and again, just I mean, if it's really critical, I can't say I've never done things like that, but I'm pretty diplomatic about that. So again, back to the point of inventory is, as I'm sharing in today's reading, is the universe speaks to me through you. That makes sense. Like, and I say it in the book, like, I don't get these like conversations with God. I don't get the burning bush. Like sometimes I think I'm that important, but it hasn't happened. It's not been my experience. But I hear the universe speak to me by watching you, if that makes sense, and the things around me. And, if I see somebody doing something, doesn't matter. It's always right. And then they get a result, then I can inventory that and make decisions. Like if you do this and the result is fucked up, I don't have to go learn that lesson. Like you already did that for me if I'm paying attention, right? And so physics would tell me, hey, if you don't want that fucked up result, don't do that fucked up thing, right? It's a mind blowing situation, but it's so ridiculously simple. And this is what I share with people all the time. Recovery, living life, like all of these things they're not fucking complex or complicated. It's pretty fucking simple. Garbage in, garbage out. Like, that's an 80s statement, right? That's how we used to do computer shit. Pretty simple. If I bring shit to the table, I shouldn't expect anything but shit back. Duh. I mean, it just is. And again, if I watch somebody do something and it doesn't work out, then why would I go do that? Does that make sense? Um, yeah, specifics aside, but I mean, overall, running around in traffic, preach. All right. Hi, how you doing in there in YouTube? Um, it's I hate when I do that because then I lose my train of thought because 80's really rough on me. But anyway, um, again, it's like, why would I go behave in a way and not get a good result? Anyway, does that make sense? So that's simple. Can I live my whole life like that? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Shit. We can certainly learn a lot of things. Two wrongs don't equal rights. Yeah, that's a true statement. Um, and so let's see, what else did I see in here that was great? Yeah, I again, I don't judge any of that kind of stuff, and what other people are doing, but I do try to pay attention because again, I think I've been on this rock for a minute or many minutes, and I just I don't want to waste any more time, if that makes sense. Like the minutes are a finite amount, and I don't need to be learning lessons repeatedly anymore. Been there, done that. So, I've certainly learned a lot up to this point, but anything else I got to learn, I'm okay with somebody else figuring that shit out for me, and then just like watching and paying attention to that. They, you know, it's been said, and there's a lot of places where it happens. I just remember when I got into recovery early, used to hang around with a lot in the 12 step communities in my local neighborhood and all that kind of stuff. And, much of what I heard and learned in my first 90 days is still applicable and paramount and foundational today. It's all still that good and important and that valid. And one of the things was, kind of, I mean, there's several phrases that go with it. Grab the hand of somebody ahead of you and somebody behind you, like stay in the middle. So that's part of the team sportedness of what that is. But the component again is like the hand ahead of you, people who've walked the path before you. Pretty simple is like um, it was shared to me is find somebody who's got what you want and ask them how they got it. And here's the key component. And then do it. All right. So hey, I did do an experiment. We'll see how it goes, and I got to wrap this up because I got to shut you down. TikTok. I get like 10 minutes is all I get. So we will be posting the first 10 minutes of the show on TikTok for the first time. So we'll see if anybody's paying attention there, and we will catch TikTok tomorrow. So you're out. Okay. Then I got to figure that out. Okay. For the rest of you, again, it's finding people who got what you want, asking them how they did it, and then doing that. And so this drives me nuts. Again, I can't judge it. I just simply do what I do. Um, as I have shared with many people through my life in recovery, had many people, I guess by grace, like I'm grateful that I have something to offer somewhere, somehow. Because people would ask me, hey, how you do that? Or, uh, they ask you the questions or they want you to be their sponsor or any of this kind of stuff. And so I would, or again, doing therapy and people are paying you to come in and fix them or whatever they think they're getting out of the process. And so, they're like, what do I do here? And I go, well, I did this, yada, 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 whatever that is. Share the story, whatever. Here's the toolbox. And, it just never, I don't know. It's just, they ask, you share, and then they go, yeah, but, and you're just like thinking they're going, okay, you're fucked. Like, okay, that was fun. Like, not sure exactly. Like, you just sit there and wait for the cookie to crumble yet again, because here they are, like, asking for answers, getting answers, and not just like, no, not gonna do it. And it's like, okay, well, again, physics, pretty fucking simple. If you got something I want, and I go, hey, how'd you get that? And you go XYZ, and I don't do XYZ, am I going to get it? Like, I'm going to come back and yell at you like 2 weeks later going, I'm still fucked. And it's like, well, did you do XYZ? And I'm like, no. And it's like, well, duh. Right. Again, why is that a mind blow? Why is that? It's so fucking profound. I'm so glad I fucking put it together like that. I really am. I'm pretty happy about that. Don't know if anybody else did it before me. I'd like to think I just fucking invented that myself. I didn't, but sort of. I mean, that's really fuck, and I drive people nuts too, because my brand of quote unquote recovery therapy, all that kind of stuff, like I have done all of the things, right? Decades of recovery, working all the steps, doing that, going to school, getting some college, 1,000 trainings, etc., treatment modalities, all that shit. And it's like, so I have this fucking wealth of toolboxes. Not because I'm awesome, it's because I'm old. Okay, so I've been busy, whatever. But I mean, at the end of the day, like all of that amassment of, library books and just, fucking my own library experience, pieces of paper, etc. But it it boils down to shit like that. Like pretty simply, if you want a better life, just do that. Like how right? It's just there it is. There's the answer. If somebody's got something you want, ask them how they did it. Go do that. There you go. You're cured. You're fixed. Third, right? I mean, I don't know. Like we like to complicate shit and just, it just for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm old and fucking tired and get off my lawn and zero fucks given and all the things. Like, I don't know. But I just don't, personally, I just don't have time or energy for massive fucking therapeutic involvement and, fucking interventions. It's just keep it fucking simple. If you don't want this, don't do that. Fuck. I do what I want. Right? I wrote a fucking book about it. And it's true. Like, we have choices. And it's just, like I said, it's any road that you're walking on, there's typically a fork in it or several. And it's just, if somebody's walked, like if you come up to a fork in the road and you look down the road and there's like one dude standing over here on this fork and he's looking pretty sad and shit and fucking miserable. And you look over at this guy and he's like, follow the yellow brick road and joyful. Like which road? Like here's this one sucks. This one's awesome. Like dirt, like go walk down the awesome road. And I get it. I know what happens sometimes is like the guy on the sad road, very oftentimes it looks very smooth and easy and flat. And this guy over here on the joy road, like it's rocky and bumpy and does like this is work. It might be hard, but when he gets over here, it's like, yay. And this guy who fucking took the easier, softer path is just like, yeah. Right? Should I get a fucking job at NASA? Is that like brain surgery shit? I don't, I don't know. I don't think so. But it is impressive how much we complicate shit. And it's just, I mean, I think it's part of that self-centered rat brain, not so fucking spiritually fit or intelligent or any of that survival fucking instant gratification guy back here in this part of your brain. Like, I don't know if that's pretty sure that's what drives the nonsense that keeps us away from just doing the fucking right thing for the right reason. Not hard. Not hard. Choice. It's all about choice. So, anyway, what's going on, Nate? Good to see you in here. You're catching me right about at the end of shit. So, you're going to have to go do the rewind, bro. Sorry about it. But, yeah, I'm in the middle of a board meeting that I checked out on a little lunch break, but that I got to get back to here shortly. But again, we're here. So anyway, is that reasonable? I don't know. I'm looking in the comment box. I don't see a lot of people hanging out, so I don't know if I'm totally full of shit or any of that. I guess we'll see who shows up. Right. We'll see who shows up in the comment boxes later or following up with any of that stuff. Again, life is complicated and hard, and there's a lot of moving pieces and all that kind of shit. So the more you can help yourself out and just keep it fucking simple, right? I think the better your energy is expended. I'll just leave it at that because, again, I'm not going to say good, bad, or indifferent, but it's just, again, when we are dealing with precious, finite commodities like time and energy, I just, fuck, I don't, I'm not about wasting any of that shit. I don't want to end up on my deathbed going, fuck, I wish I woulda, or I wish I wouldn't have. Like, fuck that. I have zero, no, not, it's not in my future. And, or I hope not. I mean, I'm going to do daily what I can not to be in that box. So there you go. There's all of what that is. So again, appreciate you guys popping in, stopping in. Um, do yourself a favor and me. Check out the website. Still under construction, but moving along. And it's so fancy. It's like way too fancy for me, but I love it. www.keithmfwalker.com. Tell your friends, share that shit, comment, follow, share, tag, etc. All of that shit. We're building shit here. I got other people that have bounced in that are hanging out that are building shit, and we're all gonna dominate the planet together. That's what we're after. Yes. Anyway, but you can go to the website. All the links are there, and other things. So again, if you missed out on today's reading this morning, it's there. You can go get it. Check out the YouTube, the Patreon. Thanks, Nate. Appreciate you. You're the real motherfucker too. Appreciate you. All right, and so that's it for the famous Friday edition. And like I said, we'll be back tomorrow. Dorothy Johnson is going to come fucking hang out. It's going to be a kick in the ass. You're going to want to be there. Trust me. Come hang out with us tomorrow and enjoy the pre-weekend. We're going to go see Shinedown tonight in Vegas. So that's what we're doing tonight. So looking forward to that. And as far as the rest of you guys, take care. We will see you soon. All right. Patreon is out. All right. YouTube, thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you later. Appreciate you. And then.